orientated. So for Esmeralda, he does cover a lot more bases in terms of taking the objectives and the team fights as well. Has a lot of sustain as well. So extremely well done from the side of Team RSG in terms of trying to just counteract this. But now we have it, ladies and gentlemen. MPL Season 7, Game 2 of RSG versus Team Bleed. Both are still fighting for survival.
Fighting survival, this is it. Lower brackets, right? Lower bracket finals. We're going into this one. Who's going to play Team NIP Flash? That one's going to be coming up. But, you know, the biggest thing about this one is that you want to close out this series as quickly as possible, right? Because fatigue is a real thing. Obviously, the grand finals is later today, and we have a bit of a break. But these guys have been up early, right? They do not like getting up early. They do not.
Gamers do not like getting up early.
Yeah, they'll play all through the night, but they don't like to wake up early. So both of these teams being, you know, on time and here and playing for this, I mean, yeah, they're playing for their hearts and you know, survival, so to speak. But it's one of those things where, hey, fatigue again might be something that comes up.
Yeah, I'm surprised many of them are even awake at this point. I'm struggling opening my eyes at this point. But, of course, we do our best here at MPL SG. So we have already Gear early on in the mid lane. And Jay will be rotating away from the mid lane and trying to be the menace on the other lanes as well. So Gear, he's trying to soak up as much of EXP and farm as possible on the mid lane here.
Yeah, trying to force Derry to kind of zone him away. Jan is now going to just make an appearance. But looking at the bottom lane, Jay's going to be kind of sticking around and behind Sagitnu, just kind of keeping him alive. Should Jay not be in the mid lane?
Yeah, Bleed going with this macro strat here into funneling farm onto Gear. Gear did not have the roaming boots till now.
Interesting that Jan has been sticking around. They're spending a lot of time, right? Just forcing him back closer, that is, so that he can't really get any sort of farm. But now Jay, Jan, are they going to make an appearance? Push closer even further back? No.
Yeah, and looking at the emblems, we do see both concussive blasts coming out from Akai and Minotaur, pretty standard. But if you look at the emblem choice for the marksman, Lone Assassin.
Already committed. Gear jumps towards Bray. That's also going to be the dragon committed by the side of Bleed. Looking onto closer, Yawn working on the turtle, no issue at all. But Derry gets knocked up sky high, and he will go in with his own Minnow and Fury. The chase is on for the side of Bleed onto RSG, but Yawn will be securing the turtle for himself.
Yeah, and I mean, both teams just disengaging at this point after Turtle has been taken. Very clean disengage from both teams, but Turtle will be going the way of Team Bleed. And Seiji and CS, I was just talking about the emblems, right? Both of them have Lone Assassins, and it feels like Seiji's not playing the potato game anymore. Yeah. He's going for the rice.
He's not only just going for the rice, he's planting something even more expensive, right? I'm not even going to name the crop. But the more important thing is we notice Bleed's rotation in this particular game. Jay being sent all the way down so early to absorb more EXP allows him to get level 4 quicker as compared to his counterpart and apply a lot of pressure onto closer.
And the fact that Gear hit level 4 extremely early as well because he was soaking up the mid lane EXP as well.
Waves of the mid lane.
Yeah, so he did have the Violet Requiem available to disengage or engage.
Yep, Feather Asher already committed right here, looking for the clear. Bray charging up the ultimate and the Spear of Destruction. First blood given up the side of Jay already, and Yawn spinning just for the fun of it. But Bray tags onto Yawn for now. Both of them disengaged. Derry, the one, will be losing his life in that fight.
Yeah, and you can't get controlled if you get controlled first, right? That's what Gear was going for with that Astral Migration on to Derry. Derry did not have a say in it at all. He was just plucked off. And they'll be relying a lot onto CS. They'll be relying a lot onto Bray to open up the maps as much as possible. So CS has to hit the Spear of Destruction into these team fights closer once he gets online. Oh,
so much damage, so much service to Sagitnu. One punch by closer saves him life just a little bit more. And you can start to realize, ladies and gents, RSG, they cannot open the map.
Yeah, it's extremely hard. They're just relying on CS. They're just relying on Bray at this point. They have to start funneling the farm. Once Esmeralda comes online, they have to take the fight with the Spear of Destruction as much as possible.
Yeah, and Bray here is the highest level in the game.
Not only just that, there's some Minnow and Fury jumping onto 2. Seiji will be down low just a little bit. Feather Airstrike will be attacked on this. Seiji will be get out alive. Gear tags onto Derry himself. Knock him sky high. Closer joins the fight just a little bit. 1-2 punch. Gear on the down low. Yon will be charging, but Bray secures. No. Bray secure the turtle instead, and now the fire stew ensues as RSG just navigates around Sagitnu.
Segmented team fight coming out from Team Bleed. They wanted to go for the kills. The turtle did go the way of RSG. Both teams still at a 13k net worth. So very even, but CS did use the Purify and go down. Meanwhile, Seiji got away scot-free. So that means he has the time to farm. Meanwhile, CS, he has to play catch-up right now.
Yeah, that's not a good situation. I mean, they get the turtle. I think in terms of net worth, it was a bit of a wash. But with all the kills going the way of Bleed, it's one of the things where, yeah, you've gotten the kill. It's the fact that the other hero isn't able to farm.
Bray attacks onto Gear, chases down, ignores the clone. Gear goes in for the re-engage. Damage will be spent onto Gear. Jay reveals everybody. No dice from the side of RSG.
Yeah, Astral Echo. Very, very strong coming out from Team Bleed. And we see the synergy, right? Astral Echo, Astral Migration. That's going to be a lot of key damage.
You haven't had real-world manipulation yet. Everything will be themed around stars, you know?
Yeah, and with that heavy spin as well, you increase the hitbox, that's going to be crazy for the side of Yuzhong. It's going to be crazy for the side of Akai.
Mid lane, that's going to be a spear. CS joins the fight as well, attacks onto Jay. Finally, the elusive Jay gets taken down by RSG.
And we did see Jay getting taken down early on in the previous game as well. This might be the first and only death once again. If Jay plays this right,
It's going to be interesting, right? I think if we're looking at Bray, he's having a much better game. Very tanky, super tough to deal with. He goes under tower, he doesn't care. He's just going to go after him. But he had a 2-level difference. Yawn had just hit level 9, so Yawn has a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, and Bray with this extremely frontliner playstyle. We saw him on the Alpha just trying to initiate time and time again. We see him on the export all the time, just taking the damage.
Derry will be able to catch it closer, outputting damage. Sagitnu stepping forward right there. Bray already on the turtle as well. Derry opening up the map, will be able to find Gear. He got locked down instead. Here comes the Astro Echo, Godzilla, Feather Airstrike! Right in the noses right here. Turtle ultimately forgotten by Bray. Bray already committed the ultimate. Oh, CS! Lands a spear. Will he take it? He will. Joins the fight as well. He needs to reinforce RSG. If not, it's going to be too late. Bray! Secure the turtle for RSG.
Yeah, very important fight coming right there, but still Gear
ongoing.
Oh, they got Bray.
Oh, man. But it's actually kind of good for RSG because not only just to take the turtle, they also take the mid-lane turret.
Yeah, they got the mid-lane turret as well. That's a lot of key map openings for the side of Team RSG. Looking really good right now. CS performing extremely well. The Spear Destruction, but Feather Airstrike.
Once again, Feather Airstrike. Jay will be tagging on to the damage. We'll be able to find him, but Bleed escapes.
Look at how Gear plays with your hearts, right? Like, he's just like like he forces out the Feathered Airstrike, understanding that, you know, the limits of this, and there was a 3-man rotation as well, but he's just kind of in your face, so you got to respect where Gear is at all points. And yeah, they've lost the T1 mid, which is a huge issue for Bleed, but again, look at this net worth lead. It's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing at this point, and they do trade towers on the opposite ends of the map. Godzilla
right out in Bray. Gets deleted 4 men jumping on him, but RSG will trade for the bottom lane turret instead. Bleed looking to trade it back. They're going to take a look at the mid lane. It's up to RSG to stop them.
Yeah, 1v4, 2v4.
Minotaur. Ultimate will be able to tag onto Yon as well. He gets knocked up sky high, but will be able to retreat thanks to the escape mechanism of Gear.
Gear on this Guinevere, right? He has been just in and out, playing with our hearts, as you said it. It's just so nice to watch. Extremely meticulous play coming out from Gear. And this is how a Guinevere should be played indeed. And with Jay just going to ramp up in terms of damage. The Astral Echo, Astral Migration combo, we have not seen it to the fullest extent yet. RSG will have to deal with this in the mid-game. And they do have the Feather Airstrike to mitigate a lot of this damage.
Seiji finds Bray down bot, but if you notice RSG, they're switching out their tactics just a little bit. They're literally doing an RSG Raider thing. They're raiding the side lanes, the countryside of Bleed.
Yeah, RSG going for the macro game. They have taken out 2 of the other turrets on each side, the top lane and the bottom lane. Only 1 left standing on the mid lane so far, but the Lord is up and running, And now RSG will be forced to fight into Bleed if they do want to take this. The Golden Staff already available on CS. That signals the Holy Trinity available.
Derry looking for the knockup right here. CS will be landing. Derry knocks up air for now, but Godzilla lands down the damage from afar. Closer will be joining the fight just a little bit more, but CS will be able to stun gear on top as well. Closer goes for the knockup punch. The members of Bleed switches. CS takes the spear, takes down gear, he will trade his life for it.
Up. Oh, he gets blown up by Seiji. He made an appearance, he got a kill, but then Seiji was like, all right, I'll take this free food.
Yeah, I mean, that was just grab delivery onto Moskov right there, right?
More like McDelivery, McCrispy, right?
Yeah,
but then, right now, you're going to fight into Bleed with 2 members down. Yes, Derry has joined the fight right here, but look at Bleed. They're actually ignoring the Lord right here. They're looking for kills. Godzilla taking a lot of damage right here. Don't forget, Seiji can bounce one. Godzilla!
Oh!
The wall will not save him. Seiji, one claw away, takes him down, and not only just that, Bleed swipes the Lord away from RSG.
And despite the fact that they lost all this outer turrets, right, this does not matter. They have the Lord right now. They can't go for this extended push. They can't take back the ground that they have lost.
I mean, look at this. It's all of those kills have gone the way of Bleed, but RSG have like they're the way that they're playing objectively very, very well, right? But the thing is that the team fights. This is the struggle. At some point, they need to win one to get themselves back in this game or to take the lead, right? They're not able to do that. RSG have been playing very defensively because of that or trying to sneak out a tower here and there. But with this Lord pushing in the bottom lane, it's going to be even tougher for RSG.
Yeah, and RSG, they have been taking the segmented team fights again and again. CS going in right there might not be a key timing, but Yon, he does sniff out where Godzilla might be.
Yeah, catches onto one member from the side of RSG. Derry will be the punching bag. Yon taking a lot of damage from the side of CS. Splash damage. The spear of destruction. CS, will you go for it? Nope, he will take it back.
Yeah, the Lord barreling down on the bottom tier 2. He has to handle it, because he does not want to get the lane pressure too far. They do not want to give up this map control to Team Bleed. They are still at an equal net worth, but Bleed, they just have the front foot. They have the momentum right now.
They definitely do.
Yeah, they're going to turn this into towers. They've taken the top T2, so I mean, if anything, they have the mid T2 still standing by RSG, still playing defensively. Notice that they need to fix all the lanes, push things out. They have about 85 more seconds before the next Lord, so they have a bit of a reprieve.
This is stalemate right here, ladies and gents. RSG and Bleed have the same amount of turrets, almost exactly where they are. The Lord spawning in out of 7 seconds, and a pick-off right here will be big for either of these two teams.
And we've seen Derry getting blown up time and time again. I mean, I feels like Bray should be the initiator right now.
Who do you go for? He goes for Seiji. Seiji goes for the Like a Pounce instead. Gets a lot of punishment. Backs off.
Look at Gear making the flank. He's trying to find an angle all the way on the sides. Okay, he's going to give that one up.
And on top of all that, Jay just raining in meteors again and again. RSG will have a lot of trouble to deal with, especially if Jay just keeps poking them again and again. You can't take these team fights.
I see you. Jay literally sees everybody from the side of RSG.
Yeah, Bray looking for that right angle. Mind you, Jay is only level 12.
But Bray tags onto Jay. Jay buds a flick already. Sphere's Destruction will be able to land. Bray goes in with the ultimate, and knows only just that. Yawn! Spins for the win. Godzilla also with the feather airstrike, and now it's going to be Black Dragon Ball for the side of Sagino, trying to look for more. Seiji goes down, and that's massive for the side of RSG! And Bray steps forward comfortably, takes down Gear. 1 man for the side of 2, and that's a massive trade, especially if RSG has clear line to the Lord.
Yep. They will make a beeline towards the Lord right now. CS, he does have the Wind of Nature already picked up. Seiji will no longer be a problem for him, but Jay is still up. He can rain meteors, and Yon does have the Retribution available. They can go for a steal if they choose to do so. For the airstrike.
For the airstrike as well, Sagitnu gets more down just a little bit low. Yon gets hacked by CS Bray. Clear line of sight for the Lord right here. Spear will be taken. Sagitnu has to bounce away, and Yon will get punished. A heavy spin. Not long for the world. RSG in the driver's seat right now.
39K to 39K. Both teams have been keeping the equal net worth. They are neck and neck. One objective for one objective, but the Evolve Lord will eventually go the way of Team RSG. 42K now for Team RSG. They will have the map advantage, but still, Jay, he has been doing an extremely good job of keeping alive. Sagitnu and Yon, they have been getting caught time and time again. And it is all due to the fact that CS, he has been landing the Spear of Destructions again and again. And Bray, he is now the key initiator. No longer Derry is going forward. No longer Derry is getting blown up. So Bray might be the key to win for Team RSG here.
Definitely, definitely. Bray is the one, right? You need to ensure that you find out where he is, because he's pretty much going to start the fight wherever you are. But you're kind of harping on Bleed a little bit. Look, everybody's died a single time. Gears died twice, right? It's like not like the mistakes have been tantamount, so to speak. They understand what they need to do, but here comes the Lord.
The Lord marching down bottom lane. Gets destroyed immediately. Don't forget Godzilla does have the Fed Airstrike. Will be using it. Minotaur jumps in to slow down. Godzilla takes down Yon. And now the Black Dragon form committed. The Lord will be sent to the core. RSG change the crosshairs to the big lane. Gear jumping on the Prey. And Seiji hitting from behind. But the splash damage from CS is a little bit too much for Bleed to handle. The minions marching in. CS working on the core. And ladies and gentlemen, RSG takes game number 2.
We tie things up, ladies and gentlemen. RSG and Bleed are 1-1. Extremely decisive victory for RSG at that moment, with the Lord taking all the momentum away from Bleed and tying things up.
Yeah, let Bray cook. I think at the end of the day, he was my MVP going into this one. I just felt like he had just so much impact in terms of objectives, understanding that, hey, we might be losing in other parts in terms of kills and all that, but at the end of the day, I know what I need to do. I'm staying super focused on those objectives.
This is exactly what RSG need. A wake-up call, a pick-up coffee or something like that. And it feels like they drank it. No, they actually dripped it right into the veins. And they finally got game number 2, and I'm really glad we've got a series on our hands, ladies and gents.
Yeah, we have a series on our hands indeed.